Everyone kept saying that the boycott for Bud Light wasn't going to have an impact. Well, a year later, their sales are still down nearly 20%. Their sales to restaurants and establishment wholesalers down 10%. Their stock still hasn't recovered. They've had to invest nearly $1 billion in whether it was the UFC, Shane Gillis, or Super Bowl Clydesdale commercials, and still their sales continue to plummet. Well, remember just a few months ago when Planet Fitness decided that it didn't care about biological women and that everyone online said, your boycott's pointless. It's Planet Fitness. You're never going to. Well, guess what? Their quarterly earnings came out today. Their losses were, as they put it, significant. And they have now panicked and cranked up the prices to offset just how many people walked away. Huge, huge shout out to every one of you who did it. Leave a like on the video right now because we have been, and it has been proven in 2024, we do have the power. If you're new to the channel, please do leave a like on the video. If you haven't yet, follow or subscribe down below. Look at this. Right now, today, they had their quarterly meeting. It says, Planet Fitness membership drop, quote, fairly significant over trans customers shaving in women's locker room. Fairly significant. That's their words, not ours, not my clickbait YouTube title, which will probably say, Planet Fitness membership collapses. We won. That's actually pretty good. Planet Fitness admitted it suffered a fairly significant drop in membership signups after one of its gyms unleashed a media firestorm by allowing a biological man to shave in a women's locker room, as the company now plans to increase prices by 50%. Executives slashed its forecasts on sales and profits on Thursday, blaming the March 11th incident at a Planet Fitness in Fairbanks, Alaska, that went viral after an outraged member, Patricia Silva, posted a video about confronting the transgender customer. The first part of March was pretty good, Chief Financial Officer Tom Fitzgerald said Thursday after the release of its weaker than expected first quarter revenue. Of course, their stock down mildly today, up and down basically. If it's over 6 months, it's basically even. But interestingly, now basically the market says, okay, well, if you just double the price on everyone, you're going to be able to offset it. Apparently is what the market thinks. Wrong. People are continuing to cancel their memberships. Quote, this is from Planet Fitness's chief financial officer. And once the social media sort of blew up over our policy issue, we definitely saw a change in the results on the back half of March. Joins and cancels were fairly significantly affected. Company ended the quarter with 19.6 million members, an 8% increase from a year ago that missed internal expectations, according to DA David analyst Linda Bolton Weiser. The company also saw a double-digit drop in traffic to its website, Bolton Weiser said in a research note. I mean, I couldn't be happier. So this is what I've been talking about. By the way, shout out to, if you haven't seen my new mascot, this is the wonderful Dylan Mulvaney action figure Barbie doll, complete with detachable junk and man pawns. But this is what I've been telling people. For so long, boycotts were discouraged by saying, oh, we don't have the power. Wrong. We do. Bud Light bent the knee. Bud Light recently came out this week and said, hey, we are bad. We're going to stay in our lane. Now, they didn't issue the groveling apology that people wanted. They also didn't issue an apology at the time, or a week later, or a month later, 6 months later. It basically was a half rear-ended apology that came out over a year after the initial backlash and after they realized and accepted the fact that people were never going to come back, no matter how much money they threw at the UFC. The exact same thing is going to be true of Planet Fitness. That's why, I always mention these apps, like Veebs. If you haven't got this app yet, after the video, if you're on your phone or grab your phone, get this app. It's on Google Play and Android. They gave me a code 4444. So when you confirm the number they send you, they'll send you a code to confirm it. You'll get 2 free months. I think it's only $1 a month anyway. I use it all the time. It lets me just scan stuff around the house, or for brands. If I have a brand, figure out, are they woke? Do they hate me? This is the way we win. We use apps like this. We have social movements. We stick to our morals and our beliefs, and we win. So don't forget, just go to veebsapp.com or download Veebs, and remember promo code 4444 for free trial. Planet Fitness said it now expects this year's revenue to rise by 4 to 6% compared to previous estimates of 6 to 7%. Its forecast profits will be up 7 to 9% compared to previous estimate of 10 to 11%. By all, also remember the fact that this is after a 50% price increase. So, I mean, how bad is it? It must be significantly worse than what we're thinking or what we were told. And certainly it's significantly worse than what they want anyone to believe. Craig Benson, interim chief executive at the nation's largest gym chain, which operates 2,005 locations, echoed his financial chief. Media mentions relating to the incident peaked in the middle of March, which we believe contributes to some of the softness we saw in joins for the balance for the month, as well as some increases in cancels. So when all the people out there that said, people aren't really going and canceling, it's bananas, or it's bologna sausage, people aren't really going out there to cancel. Guess what? They were and did, and did a lot of it. Did a lot of canceling and did a lot of walking away from the gym memberships. And I'm absolutely so proud to see these results coming out. Like, people have actually went and did it. They actually followed through. They didn't just tweet on the internet. That's what separates the left from the right. The left is extremely well organized about tweeting and all this other kind of stuff, but they don't actually get off their rear ends and do anything. People on the right did. They got up. They pushed back against this nonsense. They went out and said, we're not going to do this. We're going to cancel it. We respect women. We don't want them to have to, feel unsafe when they're at their absolute most vulnerable. And I 100% applaud everybody who took part of this. He added, the good news, we've seen joins rebound a little, but cancels have still remained elevated. So people are still going in and canceling months later. Hopefully you'll share this video and remind your friends, that they did not, that Planet Fitness hates women. They don't care about women feeling safe. And if you're a woman, that should be enough for you to cancel. And if that isn't, then the price increase should be. If you're a man, that should be enough for you to cancel, because whammon good. Still, the company's famous for its inexpensive $10 membership fees said it's raising prices to 50% for new members beginning this summer. It's the first price hike in 25 years. Do you think that it's perhaps related? In 25 years, they had never raised their prices. But the summer that you all got together and said, no, enough is enough, we're not going to do it, now they raise prices. It'll take some time for the benefit of the price change to expand our store level margins, as the price increases will only be on new Classic Card memberships. Silva unleashed a backlash after snapping a photo of a biological man in the women's locker room. Later, she posted a video in which she said that the customer was shaving as a young one sat on a bench in a towel that looked, and they looked frightened and uneasy. Well, of course they did. The company's decade-old policy allows members and guests to use the facilities that, quote, best align with their sincere self-reported gender identity. Well, we've seen at least one, I think maybe two separate instances of men taking advantage of this policy, and also at least one in Atlanta getting arrested for it. Of course, the decision sparked an outcry across the country, with the company reportedly getting dozens of various incidents. The company market value plunged by more than $400 million amid calls from the boycott. Benson said Thursday its policy was not dissimilar from other gyms, including the YMCA, and that's correct. The YMCA also has a similar woke nonsense policy. So if people are looking for, alternatives or other things to look at, or for alternatives to Planet Fitness, well, don't go to the Y. And also, I believe LA Fitness also has the exact same policy. Don't forget that the CEO of Planet Fitness required quote unconscious bias training for all their employees. So, why would you want to give this company your money? Like, in what scenario would you ever want to give this company any of your money. Sorry, if you heard that ring, that wasn't your phone, that was mine. You see, Planet Fitness, Colleen Keating, who served as chief executive at the rental service First Key Homes in 2020, will assume the new CEO. This is their new CEO, by the way. During Keating's tenure, Planet Fitness, which faced backlash for allowing biological men into the women's room, hired a new CEO who has required employees undergo unconscious bias training and supported, quote, hiring through a DEI lens. So for those of you that thought Planet Fitness was going to get any better, it's not going to. For those of you that thought Planet Fitness was going to, heed the call, it hasn't. All it did was double down on its policies and double the price on its existing customers. So if you're a customer of Planet Fitness, just remember that 50% price increase that you, your family, or friends are going to be seeing, that's to offset the fact that they want biological men in the locker room with biological women. There is a literal fee for it now. So I guess when that next bill comes, maybe consider pushing that cancel button. Great job, everybody. Make sure to get that Veebs app, VEEBS. It's very easy to find in the store. Use code 4444 for a free trial, and we'll talk to you again real soon.